In this video, we are going to look at Bitcoin since the weekly candle has just closed, and we're going to look at a potential continuation of the bearish trend and potentially what could happen if a certain key level breaks to the downside, what we can expect going forward. What's up, Dirk here from Intelligent Cryptocurrency. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below, click that notification bell so you do get updates whenever I upload a new video. You can also get on my email list so I can send you an email when I publish a new video. First link in the description down below, and you can follow on Twitter, Instagram, and join our free public Telegram. The links are all in the description down below. Alright, so what we have here is the weekly chart of Bitcoin against the US dollar. And as you can see, last week was a big red candle once again, which means it closed back below the 50-week moving average, which if you've been following my channel for the last couple of months, I've been saying this, the 50-week moving average is a key indicator of whether we are in a bullish or a bearish trend. Above the 50-week moving average, we are likely to continue a lot higher because the bull runs continue when the price action is above the 50-week moving average, and below it, well, that is a bearish period. But keep in mind that bearish period is temporary because we are in a growing new asset class, and over time, the more people that come in, we're only at 300 or 350 million people who have Bitcoin and crypto. When that goes to 1 billion or 2 billion over time, this is just going to expand. So it's likely that the price is going to continue going a lot higher over the coming years and decades. But in the short term, we have to keep a look at this 50-week moving average. Below that likely means a possibility of hitting a bearish continuation trend. So what we have here is we had a potential fake out. We had two just really pokes above the 50-week moving average, and we are back down. But not all hope is lost. I will show you that later. I said also at the beginning of this month in my prediction video about $40,000. 39,500 is a key level. I will show you in a second why. But first, let's look at a potential bearish scenario where we have this retest and a rejection and a close back below it. So what we had also, if you zoom in here and you can see back in 2018, right? We had these similarities. We broke below it, we retested it, rejected, and then continued the bearish trend until final capitulation in the 200-week moving average. So is there a similarity? If I change it to log, it looks a little bit better. So is this move the same as this? And can we expect a capitulation down to the 200 in the same way as we broke here, a capitulation to the 200? Do we have this retest over here, and are we going to go down to the 200? Yes or no? And it is a possibility, but we are still above this key level. I will show you on the 3-day chart why this is important. As long as we hold, say, the $39,500 level, then there is still potential that what we're seeing here is just the buildup of accumulation before we break up and we go up. So there are two possibilities, but in this video specifically, I wanted to share those similarities between what happened in 2018. So we have that similarity on the weekly chart where we went up, we got rejected at the 50-week moving average, and then continued going down until eventually we ended up going much higher. So this is why I say the level 39,500 is important, because it is the 200 moving average on the 3-day chart. And as you can see, I've shown you this before, in the last 6 years or so, we only had 2 breakdowns below this moving average. So once we got a 3-day close below this 200 moving average, then we had about a 50% decline over here. As you can see, let me measure that for you. So this was about a 50% decline. And the second time was in March 2020, which was shorter lived, but it was also a 44% decline. Now, don't fear, because even if we do get this capitulation and we do go down 40 or 50% in Bitcoin, that is pretty short-lived and it presents an amazing buying opportunity. So the reason why I'm sharing this bearish scenario with you is that you can be prepared for in case it happens. There's not a guarantee that it happens. We're still above that key level of 39,500 and we could continue going higher from there. But if we do get this capitulation, look what happened. The last 2 times in the last 6 years this happened, it crashed down 40 or 50%, but that only lasted a period of, in this case, about 6 months, in this case, about 1 month. It fully recovered back to that 200 moving average on the 3-day, and then it continued going higher. And in the March 2020 case, a lot higher. So even if we do temporarily crash down to maybe in the mid 20,000s or the low 20,000s, which would be in line with a 40 to 50% drop, then it's likely that we continue within several months, within 6 months, maybe even within a month or two, we completely retrace that back up and then continue going higher. So even if we did get that sell-off, say into the 20,000s, then it's likely we recover and we continue going higher, which is the expectation anyway, because double tops do not end macro trends. So my expectation is fully we will set new all-time highs. The question is, when is that going to be? This year? Is that going to be next year? And the question is also, do we hold it here at the 3-day moving average or at the 3-day 200 moving average, and do we continue higher from here, or do we indeed get the scenario breakdown first and then go up? But either way, as you can see, the expectation and the likely scenario is within the next 1 or 2 or 3 years is that we're going to end up a lot higher. Now, whether that's going to be sooner or later, we don't know. But if you position yourself accordingly within your risk management, you don't overextend, you don't have liquidation risk, so you're holding spot only, then it's just a matter of being patient and also being prepared, ideally having risk capital available, that if we get this capitulation, because that's going to be an amazing buying opportunity to be able to buy that capitulation, and then that's when those real crazy gains, 30x, 50x, 100x gains come, not just from Bitcoin. Of course, that's not going to be possible with Bitcoin, but with altcoins, the equivalent of that period in time, when we get that capitulation and Bitcoin goes down, then the altcoins also go down, and those altcoins, they have the potential to really bounce back, right? If you bought altcoins at the equivalent points over here, the gains in altcoins were absolutely phenomenal over the period of time that followed. So this is why I say the $39,500 level is important. It is the 200 moving average on the 3-day chart, but you can see horizontally how much support and resistance is here. You can see I've circled them how many times, pretty much since the beginning of 2021, that has provided support and resistance, of course, too. So as long as we stay above that level, that 39,500-ish, and we can wick below that 3-day 200 moving average. You can see we've done it twice. As long as we don't get a close below it, that's okay. So I would say, you know, there's a possibility we can wick down to maybe 37. That's a possibility, but maybe we don't. As long as that 39,500 holds, it is very possible that we continue to accumulate, form a base, and continue going higher from here. And if we don't, if we get a close below that 200 3-day moving average, well, then I've just explained to you, we could expect a 40 to 50% decline on Bitcoin in a short-term period of time. That might mean that altcoins might actually decline more than Bitcoin, since they tend to outperform both in the upside and the downside. But again, that would provide an amazing buying opportunity. So I just wanted to share that level with you. I wanted to share this insight with you and prepare you for in case a crash does happen, because that is going to be an incredible buying opportunity, maybe the best one that we will get for years and years and years to come, if we still get lucky and we actually get that opportunity, because there are billions and billions and billions of dollars being invested into this space by VCs, into startups, into infrastructure, into compliance, into apps, into adoption. This is going to blow up. The space is going to get so big over the coming years, and there is no way, in my opinion, that we just trend to zero and that this space completely disappears. It is here to stay, and with all that vested capital and that allocation of those resources and those billionaires and those funds and those companies all pushing to make crypto and digital assets mainstream, it's just a matter of time before it gets a lot bigger. So don't freak out, be prepared, and you might just get the chance of a lifetime to be able to buy a really cheap crypto if we get that capitulation. And if we don't, and we continue going up from here, that is fantastic too. So hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Follow on Instagram, Twitter, join our free public Telegram channel. All the links are in the description down below. Smash that like button, and I will see you in the next video.